I knew it. Another Hurrdat Media Production.
Hi!
How are you?
I'm so happy to see you.
Happy to see you too.
Oh my God. Freak. How long?
I know. It's been like forever, right?
I mean, how many years? But you and I, look, we've been talking since freaking, way back when remember your dog passed?
My dog. I'm like, I don't been through it all, right?
Oh my gosh.
Someone just asked me about my dog the other day. It was so funny because a lot of people don't know my dogs are gone. And so my last dog, which was my baby, they were like, so how's Louis? And I'm like, Louis is gone.
No, they didn't know.
And then they gotta tell a story because I used to carry the dog with me and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, you don't bring your dog with you anymore. Yeah, I can't. I can't.
That's sad. Yeah. Have you are we replacing it with
No, we're not. No.
No,
Like after the second one, I literally went into a depression.
I know. You were really
I was just like, this is the streets, the dog, you can get another one. I said, no, I'm not doing that again.
You were rough. I mean, it was look, I was trying to FaceTime you every day. I was checking you 15 times a day. And I felt so bad. I mean, listen, it's just a dog. That's annoying. That's a family member.
Yeah. I know.
You know?
And I was tempted to go get one that looked just like them so I could just transfer the emotions. Yeah, right. Sure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's going on? By the way, you said champagne room.
Yeah.
We still have it. It's still.
Well, my rendition of it, because I have all the furniture from the champagne room. So, it's just my rendition of it. It's not as nice as that other room because the other room, I had the champagne, the unit custom made, and then I had my custom made chandelier that I tried to spill, and the realtor was like, they won't notice. So I went and bought another chandelier. And the first thing they did when they came in for the walkthrough, they went straight to the champagne room. They were like, chandelier.
No.
I had to bring it back.
Dude, that's how dope. Did you think that when you're I'm making a champagne room and I'm putting on the show, that it would blow up to the champagne room?
I really did not. I did not. I didn't. I mean, I thought it blew up to me. I mean, it meant something to me. So I didn't know it's going to be such a big deal, though. I'm thinking it's just a champagne room where I'm going to sip champagne when my friends come over. And it was a big deal. And I'm like, wow.
Huge. By the way, that's better than most, that's better than most of the apartments I've ever lived in. Ever. That thing, I would have lived there and paid rent just living there, as opposed to some of the shithole places I've ever lived in. And by the way, while I'm paying rent and living there, I'm getting drunk all day. So well, you're just I'm building this room because I love champagne that much, and I need to I mean,
unfortunately, I was drinking champagne every day, so it's what I might as well have a place to drink it, So it's just I'm gonna drink it every day, so I might as well have an environment that's festive that I can,
You normal folks, you stay in the kitchen and drink your drink. I'm going with my champagne and my champagne room. I love it. You know what? I was of course, there's a million things I want to talk about and whatever, but I was I got to know two things right off the bat. I got to know A, champagne room, and two, I have to know what the hell happened with massage turn. Do you want your vag massaged?
Okay, but what the real question is, how did that get translated into Charrisse buys sex? I'm
when you leaned up, I thought you were gonna fly off the couch and go over to her.
I'm these millennials, their mindsets just so really no. So it's a true story. I used to go to this Ayurvedic place for years. And so the guy who used to be a doctor, amazing. And I would go and he was so good. And my body was like putty. I didn't want to get up. I just wanted to just go to sleep, you know? So I said to him one day, after years of going to him, I said, you know, I hate leaving. I just want to go to sleep. And he's like, you know, I do house visits. I'm in your area all the time. And I said, shut the front door. I said, okay. So we did a house call, and it was a little weird. So when he came, he asked me, was anybody home? I said,
oh my God, no, he did not.
I was home by myself, right? So I said, yeah, my son's here. And so, you know, we're getting ready to do the set. He sets up. Right before we do the massage, he said, did you say somebody was here? And I'm like, yeah, my son's here. He's like, it's so quiet here. And I'm like, yeah. And it's like he asked me like 3 times, like, is somebody in the house? Which I thought was so bizarre. So that made me feel a little weird. But the massage was great. So when he was leaving, he's letting me know his different services. And he said, well, and he had packages and all this stuff. So he says,
yeah, he had a package for you.
Well, he had all kind of packages, but then he says, and I also do vaginal massages. And I said, vaginal? And he said, yeah. He said, well, you know, a lot of places here in the States, in some places it's illegal, but, you know, I do offer them. And I'm like, okay, but no, thank you. And then I thought about the questions about people, you know, asking me who's here. I just never invited him back to give me a massage.
Did you say what actually entails in your package of vag massages?
No, it wasn't a package for vaginal. He just offered different massage packages, but just one of his services was vaginal. Like, you know, just like you can get a hot stone massage, you can get a vaginal massage.
That sounds illegal in every state, in every country. And that also sounds like sexual intercourse to me. But I mean, we can call it a vaginal massage, but like semantics here.
Right.
Are you kidding? Was he hot?
No, wasn't a hot guy. But very good he was a great masseuse though. Massage therapist, excuse me. He was amazing at that. But no, God rest his soul, he actually died of COVID.
Oh my gosh.
He was and he actually was a nice guy. I don't think he was being weird. I think he was really offering a service. I was divorced and maybe thought I was a lonely divorced woman. Needed some help down there. I don't know.
Let's get you back in action, baby. I can be the man to do it.
You know, this thing may not be getting the action. Let me help her out.
Okay. So speaking of action, what action? What's happening? Lady, any men? Any men?
You know, I mean, I have a friend. And the friend, he lives in another country. He lives in Canada. But we're just good. We're really, really, really good friends.
I know that. I used to have really, really good friends before I was married. Actually, surprisingly, Charrisse, my really, really good friends before I was married, they offered vaginal massage.
Okay. Well, that's appropriate.
Is it hard? You have to know everybody around you. Is it like, I've been there, I've done it, like I know these people. How do you find like fresh meat to go out with?
Oh no, it's hard. Like the dating scene sucks. Like at first I was a little excited about dating. I don't know why. I just thought everyone pumped me up. Like all my friends pumped me up.
Yeah.
Like at first it was like, I'm like, oh my God, I haven't dated since I was, in my 20s, early 20s at that. So it was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And they're like pumping me up, Charrisse, they're all gonna want you, you're hot and you're this and you're that, so I'm like, I am.
Let's go baby, let's go.
Yeah, but so then when I finally mentally was ready, I was like, yes, I'm ready. I go out, I'm ready, and I'm like, there's nothing out here. Like nothing. It's so freaking hard. And the weird thing is, young guys try to talk to me. It's always young guys that try to talk to me. I was in Whole Foods just a couple days ago. this guy had to be the age of my son. And I'm saying to him, I have a son your age. And he's like, it doesn't matter. Age is a number.
I'm down.
Okay. I said, what if I told you I'm in a relationship? He says, I love competition. I'm like, you got to answer for everything. But it's like, what am
Do
I
they
going to
balls?
Yeah. Like, what am I going to do with somebody in their 20s? Like, seriously, what are we going to talk about? Like,
You're not talking. This is not about talking. This is
not.
not about talking. We don't need deep conversations with them. We need something else with them.
Yeah.
But it has to be. I mean, plus, like with the show and people on the show, it's like you know. I feel like every episode of Potomac, it's always like, well, word on the street, word on the street, word on the street. I'm like, how does anyone get away with anything? I feel like there's eyes and ears around everybody for everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because like even like with me, I always tell guys, don't get too close to me because if you just get too close, you're my boyfriend, you know, because everyone's gonna suspect that we're dating. It's weird. It's a weird field and it's hard actually because a lot of guys don't want to deal with anyone that's on reality TV. You know, the guys that I'm interested in anyway. You know, they don't want to do any reality person. Then you have the guys that are they think about who I was married to and these big shoes you got to fill and all that. So then you got that to worry about.
Oh man,
the pickings are so slim. You know.
So what if you were like, do people come up to you and always recognize you, like the guys?
Oddly enough, it's surprising. Yeah.
But
I think in most cases when guys do know me, they're watching the show with their girlfriend or their wife. Like I just don't. So when they say when they're like, oh yeah, watch a show, I'm like, oh, do you?
Yeah, with whom exactly? Like you're sitting down on your Sunday night watching Real Housewives of Potomac, dude.
Yeah, I'm watching with my sister. Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, so then, but what if you like met someone and they're like, the show, no, I like you. I actually really like you. Let's do this thing. Let's give it a try. But I can't have you a part of the show.
If I had that scenario,
yeah, like what would you
had it? But if I were in a situation and the guy, if there was potential, and the guy was the one, I would consider that. Yeah,
you would.
Oh hell yeah.
Would you want to get remarried again?
I would. Yeah, I love getting married. Yeah, I'm a wifey material.
You are a wifey. So you were married. I can't believe how many seasons ago this is.
Forever 8. This is the 8th.
And did you yourself bring everyone together?
I was the first person they came to, and I was trying to cast the show in Potomac. Didn't go too well. Because this area is very conservative. So I told them, I said, it's going to be very hard, but I gave it the good college try. People hear that the wealthy women will just say that for the most part, either mostly their husbands didn't want them to do it, or they weren't interested. A lot of them weren't interested. But the ones that were interested, their husbands didn't want them to do it. So I was like, now I can get you some people that don't live in Potomac. So
you had to go outside.
Yeah.
And you had already known Robin.
Yeah.
And Robin was already cool with Giselle, right?
Well, they met. I had actually introduced them. They had known of each other, but I had introduced them because I thought they'd be good friends because they were, had similar characteristics and backgrounds and things of that nature. And they really became closer on the show, actually. But yeah, that they knew each other before the show. Yes.
And you knew Karen?
Not really. I knew of Karen.
Did you try to find her today?
No, Karen people thought she was my friend because she was at a table of mine. Every year I do this fundraiser and she was sitting at my table one of my tables, and they thought she was a friend of mine, and someone recommended her based on that. And so when the casting person was like, "Your friend Karen," I was like, "Oh, I don't know anybody named Karen." And so it went on for a couple of weeks, and then I remembered her because I was introduced to her in the salon one day, but that's the extent of our relationship prior to the show. So I don't
Got
really,
it.
but Giselle knew Karen because they were in an organization together. So the two of them were,
Oh, they did. So
yeah,
that was okay. And then Giselle with Robin, you and Robin, and you knew Giselle.
yeah. Giselle and I were good friends.
You guys were good friends. And then
Yeah.
where the hell did Ashley come from?
Ashley, production found Ashley.
Oh, so she legit was like walking into like newbie. Like she was legit like a new one walking into the Tiger's dungeon.
Yeah.
Were you happy when they casted Karen and Ashley?
I thought our season 1 cast, I thought it was an amazing cast. Honestly.
Dope. It
I
was
love
dope.
that cast. I still do.
And then 2, you bring on Monique. Like, were you know how they always now it's like, oh, they're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you legit friends?
No, I didn't know her, but they had 3 ladies that they were looking at. So they asked me to like have lunch and finagle with the 3 women and decide basically which one of the 3 was the best fit. So Monique was my choice.
No way.
Not my choice, but not my, I'm not the decision maker, but
Right.
that's the one that I thought was the best fit out of the 3 ladies. Yeah.
But then you and Monique end up legit becoming good friends, right?
Yeah, that was my little sister.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where are you now with her?
She hates me.
Why? Did I miss it?
A lot of people hate me.
Oh, sure. Don't say that.
That's just the thing that goes on,
Wait, did I miss something?
You hate me.
What? Why? Did I miss something?
I missed it too. Whatever it really was, like allegedly, I said things that I didn't say, and I said things that I didn't say, and she believed it, and it went a whole thing. So yeah.
Do you ever see her? Like, if you ran into her, would it be weird?
I mean, I would hope it would be cordial. Like I would say hi. I mean, because I really cared for her as a person. I loved her family. It was unfortunate, the way it went down. Because like one thing about me is I legitimately care for my friends. I developed a genuine love for my friends. And I legitimately loved her and her family, So when it went down the way it did, it was disappointing and hurtful for me, honestly. I don't think it bothered her so much, but for me it was hurtful because, I felt like I was being accused of things that I didn't do, and my character was assassinated in the process unnecessarily, and it was very hurtful, but you live and you learn, it's unfortunate, but I still have good feelings for her. I wish her the best with everything. I still think she's a great person. It just was an unfortunate circumstance that transpired.
And so people just got in her ear.
Yeah. And the thing was, I told her that they were going to try to tear us apart. I told her in advance. But
and look.
Yeah.
That's
how these reality shows, that's how they're made. You fight, you break up, you fight, you break up. Things are planted and, and some people don't get it.
Do you think had you met her and you had the relationship you did with her and you really loved her and you guys were not doing the show, that you would still be cool and friends to this day?
I don't know. I really can't answer that question. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Probably not. You know,
No.
because like I think one characteristic that she and I both share is that, and it's not a good characteristic, but like usually when I'm done with the person, I
You're
just
fucking done. Like, bye.
you know, I
Yeah.
just move on. And it's not and it's not I move on not with ill feelings or anything. I just move on, you know.
So, like, is that where you are with Karen? You've like, I'm done. I moved on. There's no going back. This book is closed.
The thing with Karen was always weird to me.
I don't even get it. I'm like trying to sit here, like, what started it?
I'm just over trying to figure that one out. Yeah, I don't care anymore. It's like it's just weird, you know. You know.
So when you come back, you know she's going to be around. Are you like, oh my God, now here we go. There's a chance of another fight. Do I need the stress? Are you like, you know what? That isn't as big as a like a benefit and a positive as it is being around the other people on the show. So that's why I'm doing it.
Well, the thing is, she was the only one out of the entire group that had an issue with me. You know,
Yeah.
so I could go exist with everyone, and she just isn't. She just does in my mind. She's just not there. You know.
Do you think? Do you think? I just snorted because this is so good. Do you think, like, literally, like the nail in the coffin for you two was when you're like, raise the black Bill Gates?
But
Do
she
you think?
really believed that at that time. She really did. Just like she's in her head believes she's the grand dame. I mean, it's it is crazy, but that's how some minds think, you know?
Dude, what do you think is the shadiest thing that you've ever like thrown out there on the show? Like one of your best, you're like, okay, it might not have been the best thing, but like that was a good one.
I don't I don't know. I mean, I would say in a case of her, the regret, something I regret that I said was that time at Robin's bachelorette party, and I was a little tipsy, and I said the thing about her in the bathroom or whatever. I said, I wish I never said that. I really do. I wish I could take that back. That was not cool. That was not cool.
That's a take back.
That I wish
Because
I
it
took it back.
wasn't true, or you just like shouldn't have just thrown it on camera.
It wasn't true. I said I wish I didn't say it. I said I wish I had said it. I never lie. I just wish I never said it.
See, the word on the street, I feel like you guys can't get away with anything. Like you're gonna know everything that's happening here. Giselle's gonna hear from her people. Ashley's gonna hear from her, like everyone. And then what do you?
These places are so small. They're so small. It's just small. It is. You really can't do nothing.
You know what? It was super sweet. Then I remember Robin when she was like, she said something about you towards the beginning, how you were like the most gracious or the nicest NBA. Yeah. Like that was super sweet. Oh, and that you throw the dopest parties.
I do.
Which you do. You ain't lying. So like you guys are that close still, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you knew Juan before the show.
Yeah. My ex-husband, that's how I know Robin. Juan played for my ex.
So seeing them, because they've had some rough patches and rough years and rough things that happened to them, was it harder for you because you're like, these aren't just like my friends on the show. These are legit my friends that I've had for a very long time that I've been close with both of them.
Yeah.
Was it harder for you, like seeing all this?
Absolutely. It was, even that scene we did, that was like so tough. It was so hard to do. That's why I was so emotional, because they're my family. Then when it comes to Robin and Juan, that's family to me. Juan is my little brother, they're family. And so to watch her go through things, all of it, not just that stuff was out there any of the stuff that's transpired, even with some of the ladies, the stuff that's gone on, you know, it hurts me as well. You know, you don't want to watch your friend hurt. Anytime you see your friend hurt or to be misrepresented in any kind of way, it affects you too. You know, so that's the unfortunate part. But you know, the special thing about Potomac is that we do have authentic friendships. And because of the authentic friendships, you will get the real emotions, you know, and I think that's what makes the show special. A lot of these shows, they just have these women that are all unrelated. And when you're unrelated, you don't care what you say about somebody.
Right,
It
totally.
doesn't affect you, you know, and you'll go for the dagger and you could care less, you know, but with this group, you have real feelings and you know, genuine love for one another. So, you know, sometimes it's very hard.
Was there a time though, as a friend, and I know you love Juan too, but like watching anything, seeing anything, hearing anything that you were like, okay, Robin, maybe this isn't the best move. Maybe you do need to like be free and like live your own life and not be with Juan.
No.
You always wanted them together.
Never. Always. Always. I personally, I mean, I'm team family every day, all day. And I believe people should do what makes them happy. Robin has to live her life for Robin. You know, Robin can't live her life for Charrisse or anybody else. Robin has to wake up every day with Robin, you know, and if Robin's happy, you know, that's all that counts. Because if she wakes up trying to please everybody in the world, she's going to be one miserable person.
Totally.
You know,
totally.
So if she left Juan to please everybody in America, then what is that doing? You know, they have a great family unit, actually. You know, they're raising two amazing children. And to me, that's more important than anything.
So then when people come for her, because she is like sister to you, you're so close, you love her. When people on the show come for her, like we just saw at the crab boil, like she and Candace getting into it. Is that hard for you to like see people attacking her?
You saw me bringing on the table.
And that was anger because Candace kept coming for her, or that they were both fighting?
That was anger. That anger was just because I'm so tired of the fighting, period.
Yeah.
You know, the whole season, there's been fighting, so much fighting. And I was just hoping at some point this group was going to come together, you know, and it just never happened. And I just was hoping for it so much. And I was hoping, you know, that day, like we could have had like just a little bit of hope. And it just got ugly. And you know, when you're watching the show, of course, they edited so much. So it was more to that. So I look like the craziest person, but they were arguing so much, and I just got so upset about it all. You know,
I'm over this. Stop it. Yeah. You that's what you said. Like, stop. This is insane.
Right.
Like, both of you.
Yeah. So, you know, and I care for Candace too. I care for both of them. Obviously, Rob and I go way back, but I just don't like watching the whole deterioration of the group that has transpired has just gotten so toxic, you know, and being the person who initially worked hard to get the group together in the first place, which I thought it's funny. Like when this show first started, I didn't even want to do the show. I said I was not interested, but I will help you cast, right?
No, you said this to the casting people in the production company.
So I'm gonna help you cast the show. You would have thought they were paying me. I was having meetings in Starbucks with people. I had casting parties. I mean, I was just doing the whole thing. They weren't paying me nothing. I was just doing the most with this thing. But it was like an outlet to me. It was fun. You know, I just turned it into like a hobby. It was just a good time. So I did a lot to make this thing happen. And I still, even when I was away from it, I've always felt it like it was my baby, you know? So to come back into it and there's all this toxicity, it just broke my heart, you know. So for 2 seasons, not just this season, but last season as well, I've come back to this broken place. And so it just, I was overwhelmed with being upset,
Of course.
you
Well, and
know. And
it showed. I didn't think, but again, like I am looking at it from the jump, right? Like knowing how close you've always been with Robin, knowing that they've been fighting like this nonstop
right.
on social media, in person, off camera. Like at some point, it's
So
like
bad.
it's
Like
you.
we used to have so much fun in the beginning. Like there was shade, but it was like fun shade, and it
Yeah.
was lighthearted, and it was just we had fun. You know, we had fun. Now it's the thrill is gone. It's like there's no fun. It's like every time you come into a scene, it's like da, 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 da. You know, it's like, oh my God, who's gonna get told off today? You know, it's
No,
like,
I was literally going to ask you if you thought that the show now is a different show that you
oh,
started with.
way different, totally different. It's not fun at all. It used to be fun. This thing is just not fun.
Do you think there's like a common denominator to the not fun and all these fights? Or do you think it's just like over time, so much shit has happened and it's all intertwined and it's like, how do you get it untangled?
I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on that.
Can I say a letter of a name?
I'm gonna plead the fifth.
See, that's sad though. So you're doing this. It is like your baby. It's been around for so long. And by the way, I remember when you guys first started, people were like, Potomac.
I know.
What is this thing? You know, it's
Yeah,
going to crash like DC.
yeah,
They did. I remember. And you know what?
yeah.
I remember sitting with Bravo, somebody up at Bravo having a conversation. I think it was season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And she was Rachel Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And who like helped start Potomac with you. And she was like, and I didn't know at the time that she did. I just knew she worked for Bravo. And she was like, tell me, because you know Bravo, what's your favorite franchise? And I'm like, dude, Potomac is jamming. And she was like, really? Because it was only like season 2. She's like, I helped you do that. I'm like, there's something about it that's different. It's not like trashy, like we're just gonna fight all the time. There
Right.
are like the you know, like the shade, like you said, back and forth, but it's not like uppity and you know, look at my fashion and this and that. It's real, but with like personality.
Yeah.
And I was like, something about from Potomac just grabbed me from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. I feel like it's a different beast right now.
Yeah, it is. It
But
is.
what made you're doing all these castings, you're basically casting the show.
Helping.
What made you be like, you know what? Well, shit, I'll do it.
Oh wow. So there was a conversation where they were like, Charrisse, you're like the glue to all this. We really want you to do it. And so half joking. To my ex. We were having a conversation. We were okay. I'm being totally transparent with you. My marriage wasn't in a good place. Okay, so I figured because DC also approached me. My ex did not want to do DC, so that's why I didn't do DC. When Potomac approached me, huh?
A blessing in disguise.
Yeah. So when Potomac approached me, I knew he was gonna not want to be a part of it. So I said to him, thinking he would say he didn't want to do it, and then I would say, well, then we need to work on this marriage. We need counseling. We need this, and all the things to make the marriage work. Instead, he said, well, if you want to do it, you can, but we'll probably get a divorce. And I was like,
is that the first time he ever said anything about divorce?
First time he ever said divorce, the word divorce in his life. And I was like, what? That didn't go according to plan, And so I thought about it. And I'm like, well, if this guy, to me, I received that as you're already checked out.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I gave up my career. I used to sell pharmaceuticals. I gave up my career to support your career because we moved several times, you know. What am I gonna do? Work at McDonald's? Like what's going on in my life, you know?
Totally.
So I had met with the people in New York and I told them, I said, what he said. And I still was at the point of not doing the show. And they were like, well, Charrisse, we got you. You know, if you do it, we got you. We got your back. You know, we're here for you. Da da da. So, you know, I thought about it and I said, well, he's checked out. They got my back.
And screw it. Let's do it.
That's why I did it.
But were you like, holy shit, I'm asking you a question about a show and all of a sudden you throw out the D word.
Right.
And you, in your mind, were you still like, I'm in it? Like, this is our marriage. We're together. We're in it.
I didn't want a divorce. Even though I decided to do the show, I still didn't want a divorce. I wanted my marriage, you know, and it didn't work out that way. But, you know, I still was in denial that I was getting a divorce, didn't want one. At the time, he was in LA. He had a 1-year contract. So he was in LA, season 1. I was here. Well, on the show, they already said I was getting a divorce when I really wasn't. I wanted my marriage. But ultimately, you know, he ended up getting a divorce. We ended up getting a divorce.
Do you think that like then you saying yes was a blessing in disguise to like helping to end it?
Yeah. Because I think had I not done the show, I would have prolonged my divorce.
Yeah.
You know, I probably still maybe would have been married, but I would have been miserable.
Season 1, then going into it, he was already like, you're doing it. Then I'm like, we're done, though, essentially.
Yeah.
But then you really wanted to try to still make it work.
Right.
Yeah. And then season 2, same thing, but it was already it was done.
Well, the thing was, I was physically still living in Maryland. He was living in LA. And then he got a job in New Jersey. So we're living separate, but, you know, New Jersey wasn't too bad because I could, you know, we're back and forth.
Yeah.
But, you know, then he had a girlfriend.
In LA?
Well, I think he initially had the girlfriend when he was in LA.
How'd you find out?
Because I had FBI trainings in my former life. And so
I would never fuck with you. Ever. Ever. Every time I'm like, why are they coming first? Like, why are you doing that? Like, just pick somebody else. I would be, and I feel like I'm tough and I can take it. I would be scared shitless to go up against you. Okay? Period. The end. But oh my gosh. So then is that why you're like, listen, this has just been a lot these last 2 seasons. I needed to get my life together. I'm going to just like put a pause on the show.
Well, it was a lot. So season 3, my marriage wasn't moving fast enough, but my divorce wasn't moving fast enough for them. So they made me a friend. But here you're still dealing with a person who really doesn't want to get a divorce. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and then they want me to, you know, get divorced, start dating, get married again, and all that stuff. And I just felt like I had children that were also getting a divorce, you know, and no one's thinking about my children and what they're going through. So my focus was my kids, you know, and I wasn't willing to do everything I needed to do to secure myself with the show.
Right.
You know, and, you know, people kept saying, well, if you want it back, you got to do this. You know, you can get that champagne glass back if you do this. And my kids needed me, and that was my focus.
You're a good mom, Charrisse. You're a good mom. A lot, I don't think would do that. I think a lot of people would do a lot of things to be a housewife.
Yeah. And I mean, I was hoping that it could have been different. I was hoping that the show could have been more supportive of my divorce. me going through divorce. I just didn't felt that it was supporting me the way I needed to be supported, you know? It's, you know, it was just too much. I had a fireman boyfriend, all this stuff, you know, it's just like, I'm going through a lot. I couldn't deal with all the crap, you know, and it was just too much, you know? And, you know, sometimes you just have to, I don't know.
Take a step back and see what's important.
You know?
Who from the show, other than Robin, was super supportive and a great friend during all your divorce stuff? Or was anybody?
I would say Giselle.
Yeah.
Giselle, Robin, Ashley. Yeah.
They were helpful getting you through it.
I mean, I got myself through it. I'm not a person who wants people to like
feel bad for
and
and
deal
like
with stuff on my own. I like to deal with stuff on my own. You know, they would call me and want to take me out and stuff like that. Like we would go to dinner and stuff like that periodically. But for the most part, I just wanted to do my own thing on my own. And that's how I chose to do it.
Well, so now you're divorced. They wanted you to get divorced. You're single. You're ready to mingle.
Mm-hmm.
Is there why is there a point or a time, or do you want to come back on? Like
that's no longer an option.
It's not.
No, I'm too old. I'm too old. Yeah.
You're saying that.
No, I'm not.
Come on.
Serious. They like, well, I guess, you know, they like childbearing people. I'm beyond that stage. You know, I guess for
like legit told you that shit to your face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
Basically, they're looking for younger people for Potomac, because like in other franchises it's different, but for Potomac, they want the younger women who, you know, with young families and all that. So I don't fit that criteria. I guess my life is over. Y'all might just put me in the ground because there's no more
you. Where's your walker?
Left in my life.
Are you really filming at your house? Or are you in like a senior citizen living center here, Charrisse?
Exactly.
I mean, are you kidding? That is
over.
After they said that to you, then why were you like, you didn't want to be like, F you, I'm not coming back at all? Or you
know, that's a good question. I don't know, honestly.
Because it's your bait. Probably if you hadn't literally birthed it.
I still feel invested in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and there's things about it that I still want. I would still do even if I wasn't a part of it. Like I still would help it even if I wasn't a part of it. Like I've even offered to do things not being on it. Like I don't have to be on it to still make it look good. Like I want it to be the best show. I want it to have all the bells and whistles. I want them to step it up a little bit in the Lux department, you know. I would help them with everything. And I would do all the work and let somebody else get credit just to make it look good, you know? So that part, because I do want it to succeed. I really do. With or without me. I really want it to succeed.
Do you think it's like going down like no turning back?
No, I think they have I think they could turn it around. Just things would have to be done to turn it around, but they can turn it around. I mean, they could be turned around.
That like angers me about that. Like you started it and then they're like, sorry, lady. We want you single. Now you're single. And no, actually, never mind. We don't want it. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's frustrating, but I mean, I can only.
I've always felt like I could have done better if I was on a different franchise.
What franchise would you go to if you had
I
your
don't
pick?
know. I think I could have done better on any other franchise than Potomac. But Potomac is my show, but I think any of them other than
Why? Why you say that?
I don't, it's just I just I don't know. I just feel that way. I don't know.
Like, did you think they not gave you like a good edit, like a good, like, this is really who Charrisse is?
Yeah, I've always felt like that from day one.
What do you think they edited you to like be?
I I just always felt like I just really felt like the first focus was always my marriage, my divorce, and that's it. And I would always say I'm more than this. Like I do so much, and I wanted it to be my real person, and there was never interest in that. There was never, like, season 3. I went into the studio. I did a song. They weren't interested in me going into the studio doing a song, But then you're interested in other people going into the studio, but not Charrisse, there was a lot of things that I would bring, that suggestions of my life that I wanted to share, but they were never interested in it. So, whereas I think other people would have found it interesting.
So what's like one thing looking back that you think that they missed the mark about you?
Everything.
Like about who you are?
Everything.
Everything.
I really feel underrepresented on that show.
But yet you still keep coming back. Look at it. That's how dedicated you are to this baby.
Yeah, let's see how long that lasts.
Well, no, is there a time that you're like, I'm just walking away for good? I don't need this friend up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I one thing about me, I'm a very spiritual person. So I don't have any regrets about anything that happens in my life. I believe that everything happens for a reason. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. So I don't have regrets about anything. I don't blame anybody for anything that's happened, because I believe that things are supposed to happen the way it's supposed to, and so when it's over when it's supposed to be. And that's that. I just don't give too much. I try to stay away from negative thinking, and try to just be as positive as possible. Sometimes it's hard, especially in this industry, because sometimes it is a little insulting at times. Like if you allow it to be, it can be very insulting. Hurt your feelings and all that stuff if you allow it to. So either I can sit and sulk, or I can just keep navigating forward. I just choose to navigate.
What did the kids say about you, like, still staying on, or they don't care?
And it's so funny because my kids, they want to do it themselves. They like filming now, and it's like, sorry guys, it's just weird, but
they're for you doing it though, still.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Well, let's come up with a Charrisse show. What do we do? Let's think of it. You're so good at, like, you look at how invested you get in it. Look at that, what you're still doing for it. And you're not even a full time. You kidding?
I don't know. I'm still on the waiting. I'm on, what's the name? Let's talk about this real quick, because I want to, maybe someone listening to this might know somebody that's on, what's that dating app where you need referrals? What is it?
What? Tinder?
No, not Tinder. It's a one that you need referrals for. I've been on the waiting pattern forever. Rhea. Are you familiar with
that?
Raya?
No, I know Match.com.
No, Raya, Raya. It's like a really good dating app, and these people have had me in the wait list forever. And I've
What do
had
you mean on the wait list for a dating app?
on the wait list, like they have to approve you.
What?
Yeah. So you get referrals. I've had a couple referrals and everything, and I've been on the freaking wait list.
You have to get referrals to join a dating app.
Yeah.
You're joking.
It's an exclusive app. It's yeah. But it's supposed to be good once you get on.
Well, I was gonna say, at least once you like make it. How long have you been on the waiting list?
I forgot I was on it. That's how long.
How long? Are you serious?
Recently, and I said, "Oh shit, that's right." And I went on. I've probably been on the waiting list for like literally 2 years, and I totally forgot I was on the wait list until like a couple of weeks ago. And then, but I didn't have any referrals before. So just recently, a couple of people referred me. I got 2 referrals, and they were like, "Okay, now you'll get on. It should take a couple of days." And it's been like a couple of weeks, and I still haven't gotten it.
What's like the referral? Like, she's so beautiful. She's good in the sack.
No, they just refer you because they're already in.
Oh, it's people in it already.
Yes.
The members.
Yes, the members. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
MG, I've never in my life. That is like, it sounds like you could get a job easier than you can get onto this dating app. And then you have to probably pay a shit ton.
I don't know. I haven't even gotten to that part yet.
Unbelievable. Okay, let's see.
First.
We got to see anybody who's listening. If you know anybody high up
at
Raya. The only Raya I know is the kids movie on Disney because we watch it. It's like the dragon movie. I don't know dating apps, Charrisse. I've been out of the game for a while too. That is unbelievable.
Yeah. And I don't even do dating apps, but that's the only one I want to do. And that can't even get on.
You know what? Maybe though you should try some dating apps. Maybe it's like new blood.
No, I did.
You already know all the scene.
I did one for fun. One time I did one and they like knew who I was, and it was not exciting. But this one is exclusive-ish, and so it's supposed to be better.
You mean Giselle or freaking Robin? Nobody has any like hot studs?
Giselle's single too. She can't help me. Yeah. Robin can't help me because she's married.
We need to find you a man. We need some more vaginal massages taking place. I so wanted to talk to you about that. When I heard it on the show, I was walking away to grab, like a kid was saying something, and I heard that, and I turned around, and they're like, "Mom," I'm like, "Hold on, no, you take a back seat right now. I need to listen to this."
Wait, Jackson, come here.
Oh,
I want you to say hi to Jackson. Say hi.
Hi, Jackson.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. It's so cute. I mean, you're always cute, but like, look at this. Dude, do you know what? Listen, do you know how much I freaking love your mom? Like, insane. Like, I text her all the time. I bother her all the time. For years now, I love your mom.
People saw this guy on the show. I've been getting so many DMs for Jackson. I'm like, I don't even get DMs for me.
I was just telling your mom, we got to find her a man. How do we do this? And not on some exclusive bullshit site where you need 18 references and like the drop of your blood and your social security number and a lock of your hair.
Somebody told me I need a matchmaker.
Yo. Why don't you try that? Do you want your mom, Jackson? Do you want your mom like to find a new man?
Whatever makes her happy.
There you go.
Look at this. Oh, and would you like be down if she got remarried?
If that's what makes her happy.
I love you guys so much. Oh my God. Jackson, you're so sweet. I'm so happy that I got to see you. I heard you were working out and you were not allowing your mom to set up her shop in the champagne room.
Yeah, I didn't know she had something to do, so I was just.
It's only me. She can set up in like a tree house and I'd be down. Like oh, Jackson, it's so nice to see you.
Of course. And I see you.
Thanks for taking such good care of your mom.
All right.
Charrisse.
So, are you leaving?
No.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
go. I'm taking up all your time.
No, I'm good.
I freaking love you. I think you're so dope. And you know what? I've obviously loved you forever. And since we like started talking and became friends and all that, but now honestly, just hearing some of these things that I didn't know about, I love you even more. I love you even more.
I thought I've spilled my heart to you by now.
I didn't know all some of this. I thought I knew a good shit.
Sometimes I'll be like, I think I've said too much. Like she's gonna think I'm crazy. Like,
oh yeah, me. I'm gonna think someone's crazy. I'm like the definition of loud, annoying, and crazy. Like you're coming to the right place for all that, Charrisse. Okay, that's probably why we do get along so well. I need to come out there and visit you.
yes. Now the weather's finally getting nice. The snow is gone.
I'm so happy. You were getting hit with a lot of cold. That sucks.
Yeah, it was snowing on Sunday. I'm like, how is it snowing? But now it's 70 degrees. It's beautiful. So now we're going to have beautiful weather. So
we're going to find a beautiful man, not in Canada. We'll keep them. But we need one like here with us, like this zip code, like Potomac zip code. Not North Potomac.
But North Potomac is not that bad either, though. North Potomac is actually nice.
I can't believe how many times on the show I've actually seen like a picture of the county of Potomac, and I've seen North Potomac, and the shade, man, the shade. It is. It's another level.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
All right, well, listen, I love you.
Love you too, and give the kids a hug to read.